Picked up this gem on Facebook Marketplace. It's a Reed Manufacturing. Let's see if I can get the Reed Manufacturing from Erie, Pennsylvania, USA. Patent numbers over here. It's a Reed Manufacturing number 204. From what I can tell online, it weighs about 55 pounds. And it's got 4-inch jaws here. And it's solid and it's old. I don't know how old. I was doing some research, so I was looking online just for the fun of it to see if I could figure out how old it is. But I'm not really sure. I think these patent numbers over here say something like, you know, I don't know, 1914 or something, but of course that doesn't mean that's when it was made. Probably made long after that, but anyway, it's old and it's been through a lot of work. You can tell it's pretty hammered on, but still in good working order. The only real flaw to this thing is it has 3 of these mounting holes, bolt down holes, and this one got a broken wing over here. So I don't know if we can do anything about that. But it's interesting. I never thought much about a vise, but if you look online, there's a lot of information about these, and a lot of people that restore them. And the guy that I got this one from said he took it out of a building in Boston, down by the Black Falcon Terminal, and it was part of the Boston Edison Light Company or Electric Company. And this was one of their vices that they used to work on, you know, boilers and big pipes and equipment and things that they had to do there. And he was somehow part of a crew that was hired to demo that building, and he said he took this and a couple other things out of it many years ago. An old guy sold it to me, and so I think I might try to clean it up. It's funny. There's a lot of videos of people restoring these things, and I do find them kind of fun to watch sometimes, so maybe I'll video this one. And if you've never seen one before, you might find it interesting. Otherwise, you can turn it off. So we got it all torn down. Actually came apart pretty easy. I thought that the this main bolt that holds the bottom piece to the body was going to be more of a bear than it was, but once I got a makeshift giant screwdriver in there with a piece of 3/16 flat steel and a pipe wrench on it, it actually came out pretty easy. And then I also thought the second piece, there's a pin driven in that holds this, I don't even know what you call this threaded piece that the threaded rod goes into, that holds that in place. And I thought that was going to come out harder, but it actually drove out pretty good. So this thing's filthy. Again, it was probably, I don't know the year on this, but early 1900s for sure, very early. And it was at Boston Edison in their power plants and used for repairing all sorts of things. So this thing's got some history. It's got a lot of miles on it, a lot of probably generations of guys working on it, and it's kind of neat to me. Thanks to my videographer for this session. Show yourself. videographer. And we'll get clean in here. Don't get too greasy again. There it is. Not too much to it, really, when you break it down. But this is a good part of the project. I always struggle with that first phase of the scraping and degreasing, and, you know, first round of degreasing anyway. This thing's probably still got half a pound of grease tucked away in it somewhere. But, you know, I think we got the bulk of it off and kind of got it cleaned up to where you can handle it without getting yourself covered in grease and filth. And now it gets to the, I think, more fun part. We'll see how it goes of, you know, grinding and filing and really cleaning it up. I'd like to take all the paint off. It looks to me like this has been painted sometime between its original creation and now. I don't know, shouldn't take too long. We've been at this for, see, Anna and I spent probably an hour last night and another, you know, 45 minutes today. Tonight, wiping grease off, so that's not too bad. Give you a little sense of this setup here. This is a handheld, if you can't tell, a handheld belt sander, 3x21 belt sander, and I got it just set up in a vise and a zip tie on the trigger, and just trying to use it as a sort of standing sander, or what do you call it, fixed sander, until I can build one of those someday. So this is what I'm working with, and I thought I'd give you a show what this looks like. This belt is probably going to wobble. It's a brand new belt. I just put it on, and the tracking is a pain on these things to adjust. And so it immediately, when I turned it on, ran right over and ran into the edge and tore up the whole side of it. So I cut that off, and see if this is going to work now. It's thinner than it should be, but I think it'll work. I hate to throw it away because these things are pretty expensive. And let's see what happens. So you can clean these things up pretty well with a little grinding and sanding. It's not perfect. You see a lot of, some of these dings are so deep, I don't think I'd want to go deep enough to smooth them out. A couple on top here, but this was all beat up, like somebody had used this as an anvil, I think, and tried to pound stuff out on it. So that cleaned up pretty well considering how beat up it was. So that's what we're going for. I don't know that I'll get everything that clean. one more piece. Almost done. This one actually looks kind of crappy, but it's pretty darn smooth and I think pretty flat. The bottom I don't really care about. I was just trying to get most of the rust off and the grime. I think I got most of it. All right, time to put some paint on this, well, primer anyway for now, on this vise. And I think I have all the right parts masked off, so now I'm going to put some primer on, and I'm going to test out the new ventilation system and see if it hopefully keeps some of the paint fumes and smell out of here. I don't know, if it sucks up too much, I may not be able to paint it on, so we'll find out. Gotta have it plugged in. That worked out great, actually. It's a little loud, but it hardly even smells like paint fumes in here. And I've got the doors closed, and when you hold your hand over I can feel the air blowing or being sucked in through these doors. So it's definitely moving a lot of air, which is great. It seems to keep the smell down. I don't even I smell the paint, but nothing like it usually is when I paint in here with no ventilation at all. So good show from the ventilation, and hopefully the paint works well too. That's a wrap on that restoration. I'm not sure I do too well. I'm afraid I used my shaky shooting hand to do with a lettering, but that was a Sharpie paint marker in silver to do these. The Reed Manufacturing Erie, PA USA, and there's 3 different patent dates on here. November 3rd, 1906 is the oldest one, and August 11th, now you can't read it, it's behind there, but I think it's 1914 is the last patent number on there. So I don't know exactly what date this was made, but it's early 1900s anyway. And then it's a number 204. And it came out pretty good overall. I didn't end up fixing this bolt hole is broken off here. I didn't end up bothering to fix that. I probably could have welded onto it, but welding on the cast iron is pretty tricky, and this is pretty heavy stuff for my little hobby welder, so I just didn't bother, and I think I can bolt it down just fine. And now we're going to put this thing into use. So I didn't try to do it too fancy, but it was kind of fun to clean it up. It looked terrible in the beginning, and now it looks pretty good, so that was kind of fun, and it'll get dinged up pretty fast, but it was a fun project. Hope you enjoyed.